In this experiment, I will demonstrate Archimedes' Principle, which has to do with how an object placed in water will displace an amount of water which is equal to its volume. If the object is heavier than the water displaced, the object will sink, and if the object is lighter than the water, it will float. Archimedes was the first person to describe this law of physics. First, before I do my experiment, let me tell you about the Archimedes Principle. Around 2,200 years ago, King Hiram of Syracuse made a gold crown, but he was afraid that the goldsmith had cheated him and mixed in worthless silver instead of gold. He called his cousin Archimedes to the palace to see if Archimedes could solve the problem. That evening, when Archimedes got into his bathtub, he noticed that as he went down, the water rose up. He realized that this displacement of water could be the key to figuring out the king's problem. He was so excited that he jumped out of the bathtub and ran naked through the streets, yelling, "Eureka, Eureka," which means I found it in Greek. I will demonstrate the Archimedes Principle using 3 coins and 30 milliliters of water. First, here's some facts we need to know. Density equals weight over volume. The density of gold is 19.3 grams over centimeters cubed. And the density of silver equals 10.5 grams over centimeters cubed. The volume of 1 milliliter of water is equal to 1 centimeter cubed. 1 troy ounce is equal to 31.1 grams. So here I have 1 troy ounce of gold, or 31.1 grams of gold. I'll place it in 30 milliliters of water and pull out all the displaced water. We have 1.6 milliliters of displaced water. That shows that if the weight of the gold coin is 31.1 grams and the volume of the water displaced is 1.6 milliliters, 31.1 divided by 1.6 centimeters cubed equals 19.4 grams over centimeters cubed. This shows that the coin is solid gold when compared with the density of solid gold, which is equal to 19.5 grams. Before I test the silver, if you look at the gold and the silver, you'll notice that they're both exactly the same shape, but the gold weighs a lot more than the silver does. So here we have 1 troy ounce of silver. We're going to place it into the water, 30 milliliters of water. We have 3 milliliters of displaced water. That shows that the weight of the 2 half-ounce silver coins is equal to 31.1 grams. The volume of the water displaced is 3 milliliters. So 31.1 grams divided by 3 milliliters is equal to 10.4 grams over centimeters cubed. This shows that the coin is pure silver when compared with the known density of silver, which is 10.5 grams. That's how Archimedes' Principle works.